Welcome back to MZ English. Let's talk. Reflexive pronouns. Another type of pronoun. Reflexive pronouns end with the words self and selves. Myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, oneself. Ourselves, yourselves, themselves. You'll notice that self is singular and selves is plural. So our singulars are myself, yourself, himself, herself, itself, oneself. Our plurals are ourselves, yourselves, themselves. Let's take a look at these next sentences. Martin cut myself, ourselves, himself shaving. Himself. Martin cut himself shaving. The pronoun himself and Martin are talking about the same person, and we are talking about both of them in the third person. Jane saw oneself, themselves, herself in the mirror. Herself. Jane saw herself in the mirror. Once again, the pronoun herself and the subject Jane are talking about the same person, and both are in the third person. I taught ourselves, myself, yourself steel pan. Myself. I taught myself steel pan. The dog bit itself, yourselves, herself by mistake. Itself. The dog bit itself by mistake. You threw your food out. Themselves, yourselves, ourselves. Yourselves. You threw your food out yourselves. The children helped himself, myself, themselves to custard. Themselves. The children helped themselves to custard. Let's have one more go at it. They did the work by themselves. They, being third person plural, we're using a third person plural pronoun. Can you take the class by yourself today? We're looking at the second person pronoun and noun in our subject. I heard the music myself. You too can do that job yourselves, can't you? Remember, the subject and the pronoun have to match. These are both second person. Our previous sentence was first person. One cannot bake like that by oneself. The trick with using one and oneself is the two always go hand in hand. So you cannot say one cannot bake like that by himself or herself or itself. It's always one and oneself. We finished that project by ourselves last night. Because our subject has first person plural we, our pronoun is also first person plural. Remember that reflexive pronouns talk about or they match the subject. So first person will always be equal to first person, second person, and second person, and so forth. Thank you for joining me in this lesson, and I look forward to seeing you in the next. This was our third lesson on nouns, pronouns to be exact.